Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan spoke to journalists on his flight en route to Turkey from the United Arab Emirates on Friday. President Erdoğan evaluated Turkey's foreign policy engagements and regional and global security challenges.
While Islamic countries focused on the Gaza and Palestine issue, they also came together in a way that has never happened before and implemented the principle of the people of the region taking care of their own problems, which we have been saying for many years. Institutionalization of this is perhaps our biggest strategic gain. The benefit of this group regarding Gaza was that it united the members of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation around a common policy. While we are working to ensure a ceasefire in Gaza, we also need to continue working towards a two-state solution.
In the midst of the intensifying Israeli offensive in Gaza, Turkey has emerged as a diplomatic force, actively working towards fostering peace in the region. President Erdoğan, known for his outspoken stance on international issues, has called for an immediate ceasefire and the resumption of peace talks to address the root causes of the conflict.
We have always emphasized from the beginning that we are in favor of a permanent ceasefire rather than a humanitarian pause in the conflict. The massacre carried out by the Netanyahu administration in Gaza went down in history as a black mark. This stain is not only on the Netanyahu administration, but also on the countries that support him unconditionally. The world will never forget the indifference of these states and international organizations. We will do our best to ensure that the International Criminal Court punishes this genocide. Israeli rulers, who have been around for years as victims of genocide, have now turned into the murderers of their ancestors.
While challenges persist in the region, Ankara's proactive approach to peace diplomacy has garnered attention and appreciation on the global stage. The international community continues to watch closely as Turkey endeavours to broker peace and create a conducive environment for dialogue and reconciliation in the region.
Hamas is not a terrorist organization. They are just people who have continued their struggle in the handful of lands they have been able to hold since 1947. No matter what anyone says, I can never accept Hamas as a terrorist organization. While the United States reward the PKK, YPG, and FETO, and even host them in the Oval Office, they cannot expect us to interpret Hamas in this way. I can't reconcile this with either my faith or my conscience. First of all, Hamas is a reality of Palestine. It is a political party there, and it entered the elections as a political party and won. If we focus on the two-state solution now, the issues of Gaza and mutual threats will also disappear. We need to solve this from here. Exclusion of Hamas and destruction of Hamas is not a realistic scenario.
Relations with Greece constitute as one of the most important aspects of Turkish foreign policy. Several interrelated problems in the Aegean Sea and Mediterranean, however, exist between Turkey and Greece, most of which were inherited from the past and are yet to be resolved.
We are trying to increase friends and reduce enemies. Some countries, especially the United States, are trying to turn us against each other. While we were not given F-16 jets even though we paid for them, they are still sending F-16 jets and ammunition to Greece. I guess we are in no position to retreat just because America is doing this. Our understanding of foreign policy is not I always win and the other party loses. We will go to Athens with a win-win approach. There, we will discuss both our bilateral relations and our ties with the European Union in order to make decisions worthy of the spirit of the new era.